Hey, good morning to you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Mark in here at Weatherman Plus. Now, I think we have a potential tornado outbreak today and maybe even a couple violent tornadoes. Now, some dry air is going to move into the southeast and cap this for tomorrow, so it's only going to be so severe, but there is a lot of lift. Plus, the next Arctic outbreak that is coming in, I will give you an update on that, as well as that second storm is still from the southwest to the upper Midwest, but it is bringing severe weather with it as well. Now, we have 2 tornado warnings already in Mississippi, and this is going to grow today. And we're already getting a lot of damaging winds coming with this system, guys. And it is growing. So far, some of the cells is showing 60 to 70 miles per hour damaging winds. So far, I'm picking up to 50. But if you look at the cells, you can see that it does pick up to 70 miles per hour wind gusts coming with this straight line storm. And 3/4 inch of hail, 60 miles per hour wind gusts on a lot of these. But that one right there in Mississippi was at 70 miles per hour wind gusts. So it's a very dangerous system coming through, and I am expecting it to get worse, guys. So let me update you on the information that I do have for you, get this out to you as soon as I can. Remember, all the links are in the description to help save you time. If you've never been here before, I do upload all year long. My name is Mark. Please subscribe to get all the notifications of what I do post. Make sure when you click that bell, you click it and put all so you can get all my notifications. Share this video to help others be alert to what's going on, guys, as well as hit the like button. Help get this out to as many new people as we can for today, because this is going to ramp up for today. Now, National Weather Service does have this tornado watch out in the south, and you do have them tornado warnings that you had so far. And all this brown is high wind warnings, because we have that snowstorm, a little bit of snow, mostly major in the north. I'll show you that. But it is bringing a lot of winds with it. Matter of fact, National Weather Service is showing up to 100 miles per hour or greater wind gusts. And you still have that fire risk in all of this pink. Now, for today, you do have a hail threat coming with this system, but you do have some strong winds as well. This pink right here is a 45% chance for high damaging winds for today. And that red right there is a 30% chance. And here's your cities and states in the biggest wind threat for today. And the biggest one being Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Albany, Georgia, Dothan, Alabama, and Warner Robins, Georgia. As well as your 30%, your 15%, and your 5%. Now, you do have a 2% chance for tornadoes for today, and that's because that system coming through the upper Midwest, the tail end is going to bring some storms to you, and you will have some convection, even a chance for a supercell for a moment. Plus, you have the 2% chance for tornadoes in the green, a 5% in the brown, slight risk in the yellow, and a significant chance for tornadoes in this black, violent tornadoes. And here's your cities and states in a tornado threat for today. Biggest one with the significant severe: Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, Albany, Georgia, and Dothan, Alabama, as well as your 10%, your 5%, and your 2%. And that's not your only risk for today. Tornadoes, winds, and you have flash flooding. Marginal in all this green and a slight risk in all of this yellow. And National Weather Service is seeing 2 inches plus for most of y'all. Now, for tomorrow, you do have a hail threat and you have wind as well. And the biggest one is a 30% chance right here, and that is for Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Sandy Springs, Georgia, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama, as well as your tornado threat for tomorrow. It's going to wind down. It has a cap over it. You have a lot of dry air moving in at the 500 millibars, and these storms can only reach out so high with their echo tops. But for tomorrow, you have a 2% chance for tornadoes in this green and a 5% in this brown. And here's your cities and states for tomorrow's tornado threat: Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, and Chattanooga, Tennessee, as well as your 2% on the green. Now, this flash flooding will move over to the southeast for tomorrow. You have a marginal risk in this green and a slight risk in this yellow for tomorrow. And for Thursday going into Friday, you still have a severe weather risk. You have the 5% in this brown for Florida and southern Georgia. You also got this 5% in the mid-Atlantic and this 15% risk also. This is for Thursday going into Friday. And here's your cities and states at the severe weather risk for Thursday going into Friday. Your biggest threat being Virginia Beach, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Chesapeake, Virginia, Newport News, Virginia, and Hampton, Virginia, as well as your 5% in the brown. And that second storm that comes in around the 11th through the 15th, if you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe, because we always talk about these stories firsthand, long time ago. A lot of other channels try and take the credit and always say, oh, we've been watching this. It's a lie if you follow their channels. But National Weather Service did put a severe weather risk for Monday the 11th, a big 15%, and I expect this to grow. So from Monday the 11th going into Tuesday the 12th, your severe weather risk is for Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Arlington, Texas, as well as your Arctic air update. If you've never been here before, once again, we've been following these temperatures for about a month now, knowing that these two big storms, big monster storms, are coming to the U.S. One we're dealing with now, and if you look at your AO, your Arctic Oscillation, lets you know when this cold air is coming into your country. Now, starting on the 10th and going down all the way to the 14th and 15th, we have some cold Arctic air coming in, and it is colder than what we have before. It is bringing a lot of serious wind chills, but this is going to switch to the southeast, and the coldest part is going to flip to the west side of the U.S. And you can see here that right on the 11th, we started getting that low pressure built up over the south, and you do have that severe weather risk because of it. Now, this is not a high resolution model. You will not see a lot of storms with it, but you can see what does come with it. And as you check it out towards the 12th and the 13th, you get another low pressure built up in the same direction. It goes up, but we get that big storm that we've been watching is going all the way to the 15th and 16th, bringing that big divot of cold air with it. That's what that blue line represents. And we still got that next storm coming around the 13th through the 15th. It's going to be in the south again. I do expect National Weather Service to update y'all severe weather risk for that. I think it's going to grow way further than the 11th and 12th. And it's still going into the upper Midwest, bringing major snowfall, some freezing rain, a lot of rainfall, but it's bringing a lot of severe weather as well. So far as we go into Saturday on the 9th, this is when this cold air starts coming in. This is your wake-up temperatures you will get in the morning. You'll start getting some cold air and higher elevations on the West Coast. You'll still be in the 20s in the upper Midwest. In the central U.S., 30s for everybody else, and then 40s along the East Coast, and high 30s to 40s in the South. But with the wind chills, it really raises up the temperatures of what it's going to feel like for Saturday. You're going to feel like the 20s to teen temperatures upper Midwest, 20s across Ohio Valley and the central U.S., and the deep south is going to feel like you're in the upper 20s with your wind chill. Just be aware of that. But it will not be your highs for the day. It will warm right back up. You still got your system in the upper Midwest, Ohio Valley. Very warm temperatures going all the way into Canada in the 50s. But as you go through Sunday, this cold air comes right back again for the southeast. You're going to wake up with 30s to 40s in the southeast. Everybody else is starting to warm up a little bit better as this cold air goes to the northeast. Then it flips to the west coast. But now the west coast is starting to wake up in 20s as well. And with the wind chills, you're really going to feel that. It's going to feel like teen temperatures to maybe single digits for the higher elevations, while everybody else is waking up with 20s to 30 feels like temperatures, especially with the wind chill. And you're going to feel it again in the southeast for Sunday. This is going to be in the 20s to 30s feels like temperatures, as well as Ohio Valley and the northeast. But it will not be your highs for the day once again. It will warm all the way up, once again, bringing 40s all into Canada. Everybody is warming up for Sunday. Now, Monday is going to start spilling over towards the west coast, just like we've seen with the MJO. And with the wind chills, y'all still going to be in a very much cold, single digits to teen temperature, feels like temperatures with this wind chill. The upper Midwest is going to be getting it as well while we're going on our warm-up. Plus the next storms that I'm still showing. So just be careful. There's a lot of people out there lying to y'all guys. There's a lot of fraud, y'all, going on out there. But this is your potential velocity anomaly. It lets you know when you have big systems coming into our country. And we've been following this next system that's coming in the teens for about a month. You can go check my videos. And it's still showing now, according to the GFS, that around the 15th to the 16th, we still got a strong system coming in from the west, and it is going towards the central U.S. And you can see that down here. 120W is your west coast, 60W is your east coast. So this will go through the west coast and go back through the upper Midwest. That's what that is. And the Euro sees this as well. They've been on agreement with this for a minute, that you have this system coming somewhere in the teens, and Euro's showing the same thing around the 15th, around the 16th. So I know your weather models are showing you 12th, 13th, 14th, systems like that. According to this data, that will drag later and later, and you won't see it until about the 15th or 16th. And it will start in the west coast, 120W, and it will swing around to the south in the upper Midwest. That's right there, central of the U.S. And you got another big system, according to the Euro, hitting right off the west coast, coming in the beginning of May as well. Now you can see on your velocity anomaly, lets you know what these systems that we do have in. And the one that we're getting in the south, this is your severe weather with this system now. Been showing you this for quite some time. Everybody else is just now catching on. And we have our next system still coming in, and it does dig in pretty deep all the way to the 12th. And it goes through the upper Midwest with another system. Bring in some snowfall with that as well, and this big line of severe storms right in front of it. That's why I think National Weather Service will upgrade that to not just the 11th, but the 12th and the 13th as well for some severe weather, all the way to the 14th when it finally goes away. Then we have another one coming down after that, potentially taking the same route. Now for today, when you look at your lift, your cape, it lets you know when you have enough instability in the atmosphere, and you can see with the high resolution rapid refresh that it has a lot of value with this cape. And you can see this big empty pocket that you have right here over the southeast as you go into later for today. Now this is dry air that's coming to the atmosphere. It is making it where it has a cap where you won't have a lot of severe weather outcome because of it. But you have a lot of raised values for a lot of potential tornadoes coming today. But you can see how as you go through later tonight, it really misses the southeast. Let me show you why. And that's because if you look at the 500 millibars, you can see you start getting this dry pocket that is up there moving in with this cold temperatures, and it swamps all over the southeast, taking away any moisture that you may have to have a lot of thunderstorms. And high resolution rapid refresh does show that we do still have a big chance for a supercell to carry all morning long across southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, Panhandle, Florida. And as you go through the afternoon, it dissipates in this one section and it raises back up for South Carolina for your chances for a supercell. But you can see also over Texas that this has a little bit of value coming to it for a supercell. That is where that tail is going to wind up. And there's a lot of supercell activity. There's a lot of chances for tornado primers in that section, a huge chance. But when you go to look at your precipitation, guys, don't let weather models show you just that information, because you don't have any precipitation coming in that area taking advantage of that. That tail from that snowstorm finally comes down by the afternoon. Then you have a little chance late this evening, maybe early in the morning, to get some kind of severe weather out of that. That's when your lift does lift way up and get a little bit of that system. Until then, it can sit there and lift up. It can look scary. It can do everything it says, maybe even a supercell. But without that precipitation, it don't mean diddly. It's going to take a lot longer for that precipitation to catch up. And if it does happen, it's just going to be for 2 to 3 hours. Late night, early morning hours. It's not going to last if it even happens. But there's a lot of differences. If you look with high resolution rapid refresh, you can see all these systems coming through all morning long for today. We did have those tornado threats for Mississippi. As you go through 10 and noon time, it starts spreading towards the southeast for this afternoon. And this is where your storms are going to be this afternoon. And according to NAM in the high resolution rapid refresh, we're showing two different things, guys. So according to high resolution rapid refresh, it'll go all evening long. Even by 7 p.m., you get a nasty line over South Carolina as it moves over North Carolina. It is going to be a very nasty frontline storm, bring a lot of winds. But when you look at your helicity tracks, it's your wind direction change with height, exactly what a tornado is. You can see, according to high resolution rapid refresh, you get a lot of long-lived storms, especially one right here from Mississippi going into Alabama by this morning. And if you keep looking, you'll see there's a lot of long-lived cells burning all through Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina before it goes into the ocean. So all day, all the way to 8 o'clock tonight, you have chances for severe cells, possible tornadoes for southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, southern Georgia, and the coast of South Carolina. Now, there's a little difference. When you look at the NAM 3K, it does show all this convection. It does show this dry pocket coming through to where it has a cap on these thunderstorms. And it does lift right back up for Wednesday. But once again, with all that lift, you have things coming through, but it's not a lot for Wednesday. You have a lot of rogue cells passing through southern Alabama, southern Georgia, maybe even a little bit of northern Florida and South Carolina as you go through tomorrow afternoon. That's about it. So it does lift way up for your values for tomorrow. But once again, if you look at your precipitation, you don't have a lot of precipitation in there. You got this one cell moving through, and that's enough. That's bring a lot of tornado threats to a lot of people as this ramps up for South Carolina by 4 p.m. for tomorrow. But you don't have a lot of precipitation in that area when you get a lot of this strong cape to give it the lift for the thunderstorms. As it moves through, it weakens down before you get that nasty little line of storms that moves through. So I don't have a lot of cape values to it. But NAM also sees this dry air moving in at the 500 millibars, and that is messing with your instability, getting you worse for your tornadoes. You don't have a lot of precipitation because of that. If you look at your precipitation, you'll see what's moving through at that time is empty. It's a big empty pocket right there because of that dry air. So once you hit 9 o'clock tonight, it's really going to die off, guys, all the way until tomorrow around noon. But the NAM is showing that these long-lived cells does move over northern Louisiana, over Mississippi, goes straight across Alabama, but it's a little bit raised up compared to high-resolution rapid refresh. High-resolution rapid refresh brings it down here, while NAM is taking it up here. And it's also having some very long-lived cells that's going to South Carolina by the upstate, and you have another long-lived cell coming through Georgia going into South Carolina as well, and that is for later this evening. That is all the way until 5 and 9 o'clock. That's right before you get that dry pocket and you don't have any lift after that. So you do have that one little chance, and that's it for South Carolina. But it also shows that when that next lift comes up for Wednesday, that it does have a chance for some long-lived cells to come out of Arkansas. And it is a short time. It's all the way from 2 o'clock in the morning and stopping around 4 o'clock in the morning. So it is a quick time for it to catch up with that lift before the cold air comes in. So Arkansas, you do have a chance for tomorrow for a tornado or two. Just be aware of that. And you can see with the NAM, it sees the same thing as a high resolution rapid refresh. A lot of storms, but it's a little bit more northern with it. And right here where the NAM is showing is right where we had those tornado warnings going over Mississippi, and it wasn't more southern like high resolution is showing. Even though high resolution rapid refresh is supposed to be a better weather model, it is still not the best, guys. Every weather model just has data in it. The NAM is showing that these storms can hold together a little bit through those dry pockets that do move through for later on this afternoon, but there's not a lot of lift there because of that dry pocket, guys. So just be aware, after you hit 9 p.m., these storms are going to quickly dissipate because of that cap, and tomorrow the severe weather risk is not going to start until afternoon. The National Weather Service has all the way until Friday, guys. Here's your precipitation amounts from these storms that is coming all the way to the northeast as well. But what you have for the next 1.5 to 2 days is roughly 1 inch in all this yellow to orange, but you have 2 inches in all this red, even getting 3+ for northern Florida by the Panhandle, Florida by Tallahassee. And that's a little bit later. That comes in from Wednesday, guys. That's from that cells that I showed you that's going to carry over in the afternoon. But a big hot pocket for flash flooding, just be aware. And the winds are really crazy. NAM shows that the surface low up in the upper Midwest will bring 50 and 60 miles per hour wind gusts to the upper Midwest and pockets of 70. But for the southeast, this is going to be a lot of 40 miles per hour wind gusts. But you can see how it's showing northern Louisiana and across Mississippi where we had those tornado threats with the 70 miles per hour wind gusts, that it is showing 50 up to 60 miles per hour wind gusts with it, as well as what comes later for Georgia going into South Carolina. And it's showing 50 to 60 miles per hour wind gusts from Montana to the Dakotas, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Colorado. But the higher elevations, it's showing up to 80 miles per hour wind gusts. Now, National Weather Service is showing a lot of crazy winds, all the way up to Montana, Dakotas, Nebraska, Wyoming, 60 to 70 miles per hour wind gusts, even pockets of 80 to 98 miles per hour wind gusts coming with that system as it just spins in the upper Midwest. So it's showing definitely South Dakota, Nebraska, Wyoming, and Montana. You could be getting anywhere from 80 to 90+ miles per hour wind gusts coming with that system. And that's from National Weather Service. Usually they downplay everything. And that is the update, guys. So hopefully this helps you in some way know what is coming. If you've never been here before, make sure you hit that like button, share this information, be part of the community, help others. That's what we do most here. Now, I got this on high resolution rapid refresh so you can see all the hail cores coming with this system as it moves through, because it has a lot. God bless all of you and your families. I pray you will be safe today. Spread the love, spread the word. And today's word is Proverbs 6. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul of all that he desireth. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. If a man beget 100 children, and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. For he cometh in with vanity, and departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Moreover, he hath not seen the sun, nor known anything. This hath more rest than the other. Yes, though he live 1,000 years twice old, yet hath he seen no good. Do not all go to one place? All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. For what hath the wise more than the fool? What hath the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. That which hath been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? For who knoweth what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life which he spendeth as a shadow. For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? Amen. Thank you for visiting my channel today. God bless every single one of you to help get this word out to people, not just the word, but the word on this weather. It is going to be a big problem. Just remember, you do have a cap for tomorrow. God bless you all. May you have a very blessed and a very safe day today. And all power, all glory does go to Yahweh, God of Jacob, our Father. And he loves every single one of you. Amen. Hallelujah. Have a very great day today. Please be safe in this weather. Please help with the information, because the more we have out there, the merrier. There's a very evil heart out there that told y'all not to tune in to anybody out here on YouTube. It's been here for 5 to 10 years, helping you and your families. It's very selfish. It's very evil. Spread the love. Don't spread the evil. There's enough of that already.